Hello, this is your host, your witch, your brujo, Anthony Casillas, resides over here in East Los Angeles, in the San Gabriel Valley. I am a brujo, a intuitive psychic tarot card reader, and also a devotee of Santísima Muerte, and of about well, the Santísima Muerte part is only going to be from 6 months, 6 months of now. Brujo, that's all through lifetime. I truly believe that. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, notifications. I do believe that a witch is of a karmic thing. So once you initiate or become initiated by spirit, it is initiation of spirit that does call for this kind of thing, that it's a mark that you carry throughout the rest of your life, through all eternity. Once a witch, always a witch. So it's not really too prominent in my family of brujos and brujas, not that I am aware of, or that I personally know, but my great grandmother on my mother's side, who they call Huita, was a curandera. From what it sounds like, from like the stories that I've heard, sounds like she was more like a hierbera, so she had her knowledge of working with plants and herbs and using them as medicine. That's the only type of curandera I heard of her being. Don't recall too much of her telling me about hechizos and whatnot, but it is in the blood. If you go down through it, they're all goes down back to all that one family member that is. So. I am Chicano. I come from Mexican descent. Mostly other northern states of Mexico. So we have Chihuahua, Sonora, then I forgot the other words. Anywho, that's not about that. It's not that kind of video where I just talk about myself. Blah blah blah. Today, so I had recently a dear friend of mine, who I just made friends with, and she's a really good friend of mine. And it got me inspired to make a video. Put her that way. So, she is dealing with a lot of evil spirits in the home, which we gotta still plan a course of action, but I have some health problems right now, but anywho, so it inspired me to make a video to talk about, you'll see a lot in different videos, or in brujeria, or any other tradition like espiritismo, santeria, ifal, kumi, witchcraft in general. It's going to be clear glasses of water. I believe in espiritismo it's called fuentes espiritual, which translates as spiritual fountain. So water. Why water? Why are these glasses of water have to do anything about brujeria? Well, it has to deal with the law. Water has the power and the virtue of keeping memory. I'm not too sure about this person I'm going to be talking about right now, but I do know there was a study done by a Japanese scientist or doctor of some kind, and he was doing research and studying the characteristics of water. There was one test he did where he played nice opera music, very lovely, positive music, and then it started to start crystallizations inside on a molecular level. Um, uh, the structure and the of these crystals inside are beautiful, beautiful. It looks like a kaleidoscope kind of design, mandala. It looks like mandalas. Think about it. Even the water, mandala. It's interesting. There's a connection right there. So then he got water again, and then he played some, I believe, like some heavy metal music, some kind of metal music, or just. And then he looked at the crystal structure within the water that was exposed to that, and they looked very different. It looked very jagged, very rough and sharp. So that was what happened with that water. So why am I talking about that? Because since water has this ability to retain memory, it's like programming a computer in a sense. You tell it what to do with what it's kind of to do. So what we have on there to do, you want this water will trap the negativity, any evil spirits, any brujeria negra, magia negra, basically black magic, any evil spirits like the evil eye, bad luck, any kind of negativity that will affect the spell, because spirits are going to be attracted to someone who does brujeria, because you're like a moth to a flame, basically, and they want to mess you up. They want to. Evil spirits have always want to see the downfall of anything good around them, or people, etc., etc. So, or if you have any hidden enemies, and they're gonna wish your downfall. They don't want your spells to succeed. They want nothing positive for you. So they're gonna send some shit your way. They're gonna call their evil spirits. They're gonna call their santos to do some bad shit. So the water acts like as a filter to catch all their caca, so you are safe. Now, how do you know this is going to happen? Well, if you take a look over here. Sorry, my bed's not made, so forgive me. You see all these bubbles within here? That's a good sign. Why? Because it shows that all of the spirits within your spiritual frame, your court, your foundation, they are protecting you. Also, any spirits that you work with or your ancestors, that's a sign that, hey, they're watching over you. They caught the caca, they're going to throw it out, and you are safe and clean. Okay? Now, if that happens in your spell, that's pretty good. Okay? It means that spirit is paying attention and they are hearing your prayers. Whether if it's going to happen, that's up to the creator, the divine source of all life. That's up to him. But the he, she man, the he, she, the androgynous one, the unknown, Kether. Anywho, so back onto the subject. Water. So if it is cloudy and murky, like this, you see that? That shit not clear. That's just water and I had some other mixture inside, bleach. So, but if it is murky, it resembles that. That's not good. Okay. It kind of shows that there's a little bit of cloudiness. Let's say you have an ancestor altar, for example, that let's say you have an ancestor altar, you place that glass of water there, and you haven't changed the water. First of all, shame. No. I'm just kidding. You know, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect. But at least keep that shit. Change that water at least once a week. Clean your altar at least once a week. 'Cause that's pretty shitty. You know. Pretend like your ancestor altar is like you have family there all the time. You know. Those are actually people coming in your house all the time. You don't want to give them no dirty, danky ass glass of water to them. That's fucked up. And it could get them sick. It could get you sick. So, and this can kind of show or reflects what's going on in your life. It's like your life is very dirty and murky. They're like, I can't help you out unless you help yourself out, kind of thing, you know? So, you gotta change that shit. Clean it out. Wash your cup with the soap and water. It takes about a few minutes. I understand we have some busy lives, or you know, we get lazy. Like I said, we're not perfect, but try. Because then why even practice? Why even be a witch if you won't try? Okay. Not calling anybody out. I'm just saying it how it is. So, I'm very catty today. That's a very Aquarian and Gemini nature in me, with me rising in Aquarius and my moon in Gemini, so I apologize. That was right now the Pisces in me. Anywho, so both types, glasses of water, you're going to want to throw it out far from your property, ideally at a crossroads, where the center of where spirits meet at all four directions. That's the best place to contact spirit, is at a crossroads. But in a urban setting, actually could be kind of weird. It could be kind of hard to do. Simply it's the city. I'm gonna look all fucking crazy and just, do your ritual right there at the cross stop right next to Pizza Hut where everyone's watching you. It's kind of weird. Unless it's at midnight, then by all means. Of course, if you live in a dangerous neighborhood, just be very careful to do that. You want to ideally throw it behind your left shoulder and go back home and do not turn back. And that's basically for any kind of offering to spirit, once your spout remains or offerings or whatnot. But with the water one, you have the option to do that, or you could flush it down the toilet with a handful of salt. And why salt? Because it's cleansing and it's also protective. And you're doing it. You do that just because I do it, at least. So it cleanses that toilet, that space, from the negativity from being around in the home, and it also protects from any of that negativity coming back into the home. So it's a dual thing when you do the salt down the toilet. I always do when I flush it down. I say all the negativity that is collected in the water within these fuentes is good as well to be flushed down to the toilet. Let this be the grave for all of this, and then I'll dump it in, and then with the salt, I'll tell it, like, may the salt cleanse the negativity from my life and whatever has been collected from these fuentes spiritual. And may this negativity never return and never come back. And then with the salt, I'll do it in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Push the handle down. Amen. And so after that, you're gonna want to wash these cups. Now, these wine glasses too, they should be clear. There should not be any markings on it. Clear wine glass, clear. Ideally, it'd be pretty cool if they were quartz crystal glasses, but just go to the dollar store and just get a good wine glass. It's nothing too complicated. And you're gonna want to wash it out. Liquid Dawn soap, Castile soap, whatever dish kind of soap that you have. So You have to use laundry detergent, you're good. All soaps are kind of considered detergent anyway, so there you go. I use Castile soap because it's very natural. It won't harm your skin. You can use it for everything. So I use Castile soap for everything, shaving. So you want to clean your more soap and water. This idea right over here is actually inspired by Sancita Brujo Luis, and he is Espiritismo, in the Sansa religion as well, and he is also a Brujo. So this is actually inspired for him, and it's been part of my practice since. Fill it up with some water, get your dish soap a little bit in there, and put some salt. Just how I mentioned how salt was, what its properties were earlier. Put some salt in there. And this is ideal if you can get it, if you're up at this time, to from 6 a.m. to 12 noon when the sun is the highest. In Hoodoo and Conjure, that would be like working with the hands of the clock. So when both arms of the clock are going up, that's when you're going to bring positive things to you, even positive spirits to be part of your life, to come in. And then you're going to want to let it soak in sunlight for about a good hour or longer if you wish. As long as you don't capture the sun when it's dark. When it goes dark, you don't want that shit, because then you're inviting dark stuff to you. Make sense with me? Okay. You like my hat? Some David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. They are awesome. Anywho. So yeah. Put it out in the sunlight. I've done this part on Sundays, but you can do it any day. I feel like you need to. I normally change out my altars on Tuesdays because I work a lot. I'll change like the water, or I'll do my change the water or cleanse the altar at least Tuesdays and Fridays. That is very prevalent in Latino Catholic based spiritual practices like Brujeria. I'm not too familiar with Sanse if they just do Tuesdays and Fridays too. It just depends. I'm not an expert on that, so I can't speak from that point of view. But Tuesdays and Fridays is when Tuesday is the day Jesus was crucified, and he died. And then Friday, if you remember, if you go back on the calendar, Good Friday, when did he resurrect? On a Friday. That's why they call it Good Friday. Still with me? Okay. So within that Jersey, and on those days, so Santísima Muerte was there the whole time during the process. And then when God died, when Jesus was crucified, and that's when the dead rose from their graves, and there was a solar eclipse. Shit, it's pretty cool if you think about it. And then Friday, she was there to rebirth him and to be resurrected. So that was why Tuesdays and Fridays I do either one of those things. She knows my health is pretty low, and I've been praying to her for my health to get better. So that's why Tuesdays and Fridays are when I do it. And then, me having autism, I'm a high-functioning autistic person. You would never know, because I had very fortunate to get a good help. But anywho, it's not about that. Just telling you about the glasses of water. So after they have been sitting in the sun for about an hour, 30 minutes, wash them out like how you normally wash your dishes, and dry it out. And yeah, now you will be using this to put more water in, to fill it up with your water, ideally tap water. Do not put distilled or purified water, because there's no life in that water. Okay, it's been altered, and there's no life in it. You can use spring water too, if you guess. It's a little expensive, but I guess if you live near a spring, if you live near access to where fresh spring water is available, then by all means go for it if you prefer that. But tap water is very good. Now, if this is an offering to any santos, I've always been told to do this from my teacher, who is a curadera. And if this is a offering to a santo or santa, this is going to be topped off with holy water. Okay. Because they are highly ascended beings. That's their offering to them. It's the sacrament. Sacraments are very good offerings to spirits, particularly of saints, santos and santas. And I normally place my glass of water onto, let's say, I'm only looking at this from how I see things in front of me. So in the center over here will be my santo or santa or santisima Marta, I should say. On the left over here, I have my glass of water. Now this will be showing us, let's see, over here is going to be my right side. The saint looking at me, that's going to be their left. Okay, so many in the books, when they put the glass of water on their left is going to be your right. Okay, and vice versa. And then the candle work is going to be onto their right, but looking at them, it will be our left. Okay, that makes sense. Water, candle, to the santo is going to be flipped the other way, but that's pretty much. And now the glasses of water, you could use it for more things other than as offering to spirit. You can also use it to as protection from coming into your home. You can put it near the doorway. I would say outside of the house would be best, because anything on the outside of a home is going to keep guard and protect spaces and homes. And then anything on the inside of the home is going to welcome and invite things. Okay? So, same thing, at least once a week, change the water. No biggie, no burning. Now, you can also use this cup of water for when you go to sleep and you are off into soul flight and sleeping and dreaming, astral traveling, astral projecting. You want to be protected while you are doing such things. Why? Because the realm of spirit is a very tricky place, just like this physical world. There's some shady people out there. Some shady spirits out there. Spirits are even more trickier because they can pretend to be things that they are not. That they are trying to deceive and fool you. And eventually hurt you, take control of your body, possibly kill you. You just never know. Like here, people here in the physical world, there's some really fucked up spirits up there. You don't want to fuck with them. So do not take this practice very lightly. It is serious. We live on the edge, the very edge of life and death all the time with brujeria, and it should not be toyed with. Sorry. That's a very protective, fierce mother in me. But it is for your own safety. You know, these kids now these days, like, they find things on the internet, and some of these people that they may or may not practice this or any kind of spiritual tradition. And even the Satanists is very, they know what they're doing. You know, they even will tell you this is something you do not fuck with. Okay? And it's not always fluffy bunny stuff. This is some really serious shit. Okay? So, anywho, you're astral projecting. You want to protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. I cannot stress that enough. You can never have too much protection on you. my rosary. I have my head covered. Wearing white. White being the color to repel negative evil spirits. Today I am wearing it because I came home from the cemetery. Cemetery is a whole different subject, a whole different video, which I don't want to take up much of the time because it's almost running up 30 minutes. Sorry. So, anyway, for this, especially for those who have been having a lot of nightmares lately, you want to do this. So get your glass of water in your clear wine glass, fill it up, not to the rim, leave a little space for enough for evaporation to go on. Okay? Spirits travel by the road of water. Okay, and that's the way for them to communicate with you, amongst other things. Now, you tell this water, you take it up, put your mouth, so the breath from your mouth and your words are blown onto the glass of water because it contains memory. We're programming it in this sense. Like, I offer this glass of water to God, Jehovah, Yahweh, Rastafari, or something, whatever you believe is source, Keter, go with a Lofi, Odin, whoever the head creator of all sorts of life. You're going to want to say, I dedicate this glass to God, my spirit guides, my protective spirits, all the spirits I work with, and place my faith where I place my faith, honor, and invoke, and that I work with spirits of the land. I believe in that too. The land in which you reside in, they're very important to address. You can manipulate everything around you. So I include that in my prayers too all the time. Tell that glass of water to, for this glass of water for the purpose of absorbing and removing all negative energies that should enter into my home. In this case, replace those words, the home, to absorb and remove negativity when I go to sleep. Protect me from moments of danger, negative and evil spirits attaching themselves onto me, and from harming me. And amen. We leave a glass of water, and just how like it collects bubbles or the murkiness, throw it down the toilet, same thing, and repeat. And that's pretty much all I wanted to share. Was just like my view on it and something new to add to my list of videos. So thank you. If you like it, please hit the thumb button. What else can I say? Thank you. Subscribe if you want to subscribe it. If you guys don't like this, I'm sorry. You don't like it, you don't like it. Button should not have been pressed in the first place. Just saying. Yeah, and I think that will do it. I'm about to wrap it up. Pretty tired. I'm back from the cemetery. Had to shower and do a little spiritual bath and smoke myself out with a cigar. And I'm pretty good. I'm just gonna take it easy and hydrate. Hydrate. Water is very important. The source of all life. Also the waters of death. When the waters wash off of our corpses that are ready to be embalmed. Shrippy shut off the waters of life, death, and rebirth. Okay guys, I gotta go. Love you, take care, be safe, be kind to yourself, and be kind towards each other. Love you all.